Is 12:01, so welcome everybody to the Newport Rotary meeting of October 29, 2020. It's Zoom meeting number 28, but who's counting? Would anyone like to volunteer to lead us in the pledge before we get started? Any red badges, this can count as a greeter duty, so someone's got to have a flag. And Jeff? I see Jeff's hand. You're still muted though, I think. There you go.
Have to have a flag?
We don't have to have one. It's optional, but yeah, take it away, Jeff.
All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with
liberty and
words here.
Justice for all. That still counts. You know, this Zoom, it's hard to keep everyone in sync, but
something got skipped. Something republic.
Well, I think it's sounded pretty good from where I'm at. So thanks.
Sorry about that. Wow.
All right, so good to see everybody on here. We have a pretty good turnout, it looks like, for a nice sunny day outside. So thanks for everyone logging on today. I have a couple announcements. Well, first of all, let's introduce guests. I know we have several guests today. Raina, would you like to introduce your guests?
I would love to. I have Samantha Murphy, a social studies and English teacher at Newport High. Kendra Wiles, mom of one of our student of the month. I believe I have Rick Hernandez on, who is a wrestling coach at Newport High. Mackenzie Kirchner and Cole Wiles are students of the month. And then I believe Gway Kirchner, mom of Mackenzie. And I'm sorry if I missed anyone. And I'm hoping that Dr. Gray is on. She's going to talk a little bit after our students of the month. And so I'm not sure if she's on with Dr. Tucker or on her own.
All right, well, thanks, Raina, and welcome to our students of the month and family and teachers. Good to see you all on here. Julie has a guest.
I do. I have, he joined us last week. His name is Jeff Montgomery, and he is the new owner of he purchased Boss Radio, so he's the new owner of Otter Rock Radio. And you heard, people that were here last week heard all about him. So welcome, Jeff.
Hey, Julie. I'd like to say I've been listening to that station, and it's great. It's really great, the little talk show in the morning, and the music's really good. So.
Oh, good. Yeah. I bet, Jeff, you like to hear that, don't you? Well, that's good to know. I can't listen to it while I'm at the bank, so that's unfortunate. When I retire, I will listen.
All right, well, welcome, Jeff. Do we have any other guests today before we move on? Hard to see. I can only see one page of squares, so I see Dr. Gray has joined us too. Welcome.
I have a guest.
Okay, Amy. I think you kind of cut out. Sorry, Amy. You want to say that again?
My guest today is my daughter, Jillian, last student of the month.
All right. Welcome, Jillian. So I have a few announcements, including kind of a Rotary moment. I don't know if everyone's gotten this latest Rotary magazine, but it had an introduction from our international president, Holger Knack. And I thought this was really neat, so I thought I would just read the first paragraph of his introduction. He says, "We all know Rotary's tremendous power to transform our communities and ourselves. However, in every community, people have been left out, and we've not made a strong enough effort to reach them. The Rotary International Board of Directors is taking action to make Rotary more welcome and diverse. We formed a task force to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion to help clubs attract new members, regardless of gender, race, religion, age, or other factors. This will help us speed up the change we all want and need. The selection of Jennifer E. Jones as Rotary President for 2022 to 2023 the first woman to lead our organization is another step in this direction. So I thought that's exciting news, and congratulations to Jennifer Jones, the Rotary International President for 22 and 23. So also I have a recognition today before we get into the program. Today we have the privilege of recognizing one of our club members for her wonderful support of the Rotary Foundation. Sandy Rumagoo, your contributions to the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International are allaying suffering, improving living conditions, and providing educational opportunities for young people somewhere in the world. Your gifts are truly selfless actions and demonstrate your commitment to our common goals of world understanding and peace. Therefore, on behalf of the President of Rotary International and the Chairman of Trustees to the Rotary Foundation, it gives me great pleasure to present you a multiple Paul Harris Fellow lapel pin containing 3 sapphires in appreciation of your generous contribution to the annual fund of Rotary on their behalf, and we extend our sincere thanks. So this is what I have for you with the 3 plus 3. So congratulations and thanks, Sandy, for your generous donations.
Oh, I am just thrilled. Thank you.
All right, let's see. So I think there's probably a few happy bucks out there following the World Series results. I know we had a few Dodgers fans, and I don't see Dave. I'm not sure if Dave Heater's on here or not, but I know he was one of them. One of the things that I got from district is that they actually aired a Rotary commercial during World Series during the last game. So it's about a 30-second clip, and I thought it was kind of neat. So John's got that for us here.
We're a network of people like you. In fact, we're the original social network. More than 1 million of us live just about everywhere you can think of. And we mean everywhere. We get together to exchange ideas, grow our businesses, and make new friends. We volunteer to help our own communities or someone else's. We're right around the corner. Come join us. The name is Rotary. Rotary International.
Yeah, so that aired on Fox TV during the last game of the World Series in Eugene. I don't know if anyone here saw it, but that was on TV to promote Rotary, so I thought that was kind of neat. And then let's see, today in history, 1792, this is kind of relevant to Oregon. Mount Hood is named after the British naval officer Alexander Arthur Hood, by Lieutenant William E. Broughton, who spotted the mountain near the mouth of the Willamette River. Today, in 1960, Cassius Clay's first professional fight. He beat Tunney Hunsaker on points in 6 rounds in Louisville, Kentucky. In 1998, the Space Shuttle Discovery blasts off on STS-95 with 77-year-old John Glenn on board, making him the oldest person to go into space. So, do we have any happy bucks or announcements before we get into our program? Yeah, Bob.
I want to say I heard Spencer on the radio this morning, and he did an excellent job. But Spencer, don't narrow those streets. Widen them out. More asphalt. Just remember that. Think about that.
Thanks
But
for that
I hope
advice.
more people listen to his program. He did a great job. Kudos to Guy for being ready with the American flag. I don't know whether there's any birthdays out there, but a confession on your birthday would be nice. Any birthdays? Anyone? Anyone?
I don't
Seeing
have
no-
a birthday, but I've got some happy bucks.
Well, let's just talk about those then.
I want to say I'm $100 happy. I am actually no evidence of disease, which is what most people will say cancer-free.
Well, congratulations.
Yay, Sonia.
Yeah,
Yay.
Yeah.
well, that makes us all happy, Sonia.
Well, thank you.
But I will say that on the World Series, it was kind of interesting. I have lunch quite often with Richard Bologna, and he thought the Atlanta Braves were playing, and I've got to break him the news that no, they didn't even play in the World Series. But he doesn't realize that just yet. But the guy's a slow learner. But other than that, good to see all you folks.
Hey, Bob.
Any more happy dollars?
I have a little bit.
I don't know who I'm talking to.
Stephanie.
Oh, hi, Stephanie. How are you? Give us your happy dollars.
I'm getting a little older. I'm getting a little older. I have a birthday coming up Sunday.
Oh, my. Uh-huh. Well, how happy are you about that birthday?
$66 to my Paul Harris happy.
Oh, well, great. And anything special planned for the birthday?
Housework.
Get the kids and your hubby to do that.
Keeps on keeping on.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do usually, so it's nothing special.
Oh, yeah. Well, happy birthday then. Anybody else?
Thank you.
Oh, Amy.
Yeah, I think I have something. On Tuesday, I was asked, well, it's a long time in the making, but to do a webinar for our Association of Oregon Recyclers on the work that I do for rural recycling. So that was a new experience for me, and had to do like a 25-minute presentation and answered questions, and yeah.
Wow.
So I'm gonna do about $50 towards my Paul Harris.
Well, thank you very much. That's nice of you, Sonetta. I saw you raise your hand up. Sonetta.
I was unmuting, Bob. I have people in the background. I said I was unmuting.
Oh.
I'm going to throw $10 into the general fund because Tuesday I had a successful cataract surgery replacing one lens of, apparently I've had cataracts since birth, and I can now watch Rotary without glasses, and colors are brighter and focusing is great, and I'm pretty happy about that. And it's only been since Tuesday.
Well, you know, I just noticed something about your eyes. You look different today. So,
well, no makeup for 2 weeks is the drawback thing, but
oh, it's a makeup thing. Well, you don't need
makeup thing. Yeah.
Really don't.
So we'll
and how
leave it
happy
there.
were you on that?
$10 just to the general fund.
Well, good for you. Thank you very much. That's very generous. Anybody else?
Bob, I'll be $50 happy because Forrest Lewis Jones is 6 months old.
Oh my God. Yeah, look at that guy. Where'd he get all that hair? Well, he's a handsome boy.
He sure is.
Yeah. Well, good, Lola. Thank you very much. Anybody else?
Pretty happy about that.
Hey, I don't blame you. Yeah. Yeah. Well, good. Doretta, you kind of left there for a while. Where'd you go? You just blacked out.
Sorry, I had to unmute. Well, I just spent 3.5 hours at a Oregon Association of Realtors general membership meeting with 3 hours of continuing ed class, and I really needed to go to the bathroom, Bob. So
Oh,
would you like to find me
Jesus,
for that?
Christ, God, get me out of here. How did I do that?
Well, you
Don't
asked.
ask. Someone disappears, forget it. You don't have a penalty there.
Thank you,
All
Bob.
right, I'll never ask again. I'm happy that you made it, though. I'm $25 happy that you made it.
Oh, thank you, Bob. I sure appreciate that.
Good. Anybody else? Freddie, I'll take it. Go ahead and turn it back over to you, and thank you for your generosity, Rotarians.
All right. Well, thanks, Bob. I've got a birthday coming up next week, but I thought I'd save that for later. I don't want to jump the gun on it. I've got to have something to talk about next week too. So
there you go.
So thanks, Bob. Let's see. Today's program is the October Students of the Month. So I will turn it over to Raina for introductions and to start the program.
Thank you. Our first student of the month is Cole Wiles. Cole is the son of Kendra and Ryan Wiles of Toledo. He has a 3.94 GPA, is involved in leadership, numerous IB courses, and is a 3-sport athlete, including football, wrestling, where he placed at state last year, and baseball. Please welcome Cole Wiles.
Hi everyone, my name's Cole Wiles. First off, I'd like to thank the Rotary program for this honor. I'm truly grateful. A little bit about myself, I'm an honors student, 3-sport athlete, and after graduation, I hope to attend Colorado School of Mines and pursue a degree in geotechnical engineering. I would also love the opportunity to continue playing sports at a collegiate level. I'd like to take a minute to talk about 2 people who have been instrumental in my high school career and success. Both of these people play different roles throughout my high school career, but both have had a lasting impact on who I am today. These are 2 individuals who have taught me that it's okay to fail as long as you learn from your failures and use what you've learned to be successful at the next level. The first person I'd like to talk about is Miss Murphy. Miss Murphy nicknamed me Stick Boy when I was in her advanced freshman English class. She gave me that nickname because as I passed through a parking lot or various other areas, I'd pick up sticks, I think a windshield wiper, or anything else I could find and bring it to class. It'd eventually become a distraction, and she'd keep it in a box in her room, which she still has to this day. Over the years, Miss Murphy has been my go-to teacher, my cheerleader, and my mentor. What I love about Miss Murphy is her compassion and dedication towards her students. There have been many times during the years where sports have hindered my ability to work on assignments, and instead of digging in her heels, Miss Murphy would grant me extensions, well knowing that she would have to take time out of her weekends to grade it. Whenever she sees me walking down the hallway, she always takes the time to ask me how my day was or get an update on the sports going on. And when it comes to sports, Miss Murphy was always there. Whether it be football, baseball, wrestling, or even a fall baseball game way off in the valley. If she can make it, she was there cheering me and the team on. Even at my lowest points in my high school career where I got down on myself the most, Miss Murphy never turned her back nor gave up hope. Instead of looking at me differently like most people would, she guided me to see the error of my way and built me up as a better person. Miss Murphy, I would just like to thank you for everything you do. You truly made a lasting impression on me. The second person I would like to talk about is Coach Hernandez. I first met Coach Hernandez in middle school when he nicknamed me Dribbles. I received this nickname because I couldn't make up my mind between basketball and wrestling. Following my 8th grade year, I committed myself to wrestling, which I think was one of the best choices I ever made. Coach Hernandez committed himself to me at that point, and it's been a long journey these past 4 years, and I'm very thankful to have Coach Hernandez by my side. The first practice of my freshman year, Coach told us that he wasn't just here to build better wrestlers, he was also here to build better people. That phrase has always stuck to me because most people view wrestling as a violent combat sport. And while that might be true, wrestling is a perfect real-world simulation. No matter what you do, something bad will eventually happen to you. And it's not a matter of how hard you fall. It's a matter of being able to get back up and keep pushing. And the real world doesn't care if you're down. It'll just keep running you into the ground. In wrestling, if you don't work hard every day, you will not succeed. You got to think of the mentality that there's always someone out there working just as hard or harder than you. And that's how you push yourself to become a better person. These are the most valuable lessons that I've been taught the past 4 years, and it is all thanks to Coach Hernandez. Without his guidance, I know for a fact that I would not be where I'm standing today, and I could never thank Coach Hernandez enough for everything he's instilled upon me. Both of these people have impacted me in different ways, but both of you have driven me to be a stronger person. I will use these life lessons as I move forward, both academically and personally. Miss Murphy and Coach Hernandez are not the only people who have contributed to my successes over the years. There are a number of people who have helped me grow as a person and as a student. We have an amazing Cub community, and Cubs truly care. Thank you.
Thank you, Cole. And I'm so glad that both Ms. Murphy and Rick could be on today. Our next student of the month is Mackenzie Kirchner. Mackenzie is the daughter of Jason and Gway Kirchner of Toledo. Mackenzie has a 4.0 GPA, is involved in leadership, and also a lot of IB courses. She's been involved in volleyball and has a lot of volunteer experience. Please welcome Mackenzie Kirchner.
Hi, everyone. First off, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mackenzie Kirchner, and as you know, I'm a senior at Newport High School. A few activities that I participate in are volleyball. I play on varsity as a setter for Newport High School, and I also play on the 18U team for our local club, Oregon Coast Juniors. I participate in Northwest Youth Rodeo Association and Oregon High School Rodeo Association on my horse Macy. I've also been participating in 4-H for 7 years. Through the program, I raise and show lambs, and in past years, I have shown dogs, horses, and guinea pigs. I'm a member of Honor Society as I maintain a 4.0 GPA, and I'm the vice president of the 2021 class. I am looking to pursue a degree in pre-veterinary science or biology in hopes of attending vet school while pursuing collegiate volleyball. And I'd like to thank you for this opportunity of being Student of the Month. There have been many people that have helped me along my journey, so it is hard to just pick out a few. First, I would like to thank my parents, Jason and Gway Kirchner. Throughout these past 17 years, they have been my biggest supporters. If I have a dream or a goal, they are right there to help me pursue it. If I need advice, they're always amazing to talk to, and most importantly, they have taught me how to have good morals and to treat everyone equally. They have sacrificed so much for me to achieve my goals. As an example, from about 3rd grade to freshman year, I have been riding horses at the same barn. Suddenly, the opportunity was taken away by unforeseen circumstances, and it was clear if I was going to have the opportunity to ride again. Riding is a huge outlet for me, so not being able to ride was really saddening. Instead of giving up, they worked so hard to find the right connections and the right funds to be able to sustain purchasing a horse of our own. When we were able to finally bring my horse Macy home, that was just the start of our journey. From spending hours driving to events, to sitting in the cold rain all day, to melting in the heat at summer rodeos, they never complain and just encourage me to keep working harder to improve and reach my goals. My parents have been there for every event, every rodeo, every failure, every success, and every step of the way. They have always had faith in me and supported me through every up and down. Another important quality my parents have taught me is hard work. Nothing comes easy in life, and to become successful, you must work hard. This is especially prominent in volleyball. I was always told I couldn't be a setter because I was too tall. The end of sophomore year, my coach Vicky Roller realized that I could set. My parents pushed me to work hard to get that setter spot. I've been setting for a year now, and in my first season setting, I earned honorable mention for the Oregon West Conference. In light of COVID, I have worked hard to get opportunities to play volleyball. My parents have helped me take a trip to Helena, Montana to practice with the Carroll College team. They found me a great opportunity to play in a 4-on-4 league with fellow teammates these past few months in Salem. They have worked hard to find opportunities for me to continue playing during this pandemic, and we are hopeful for a spring season. They've taught me to be resilient in uncertain times and to work hard for your goals and successes. Without them, I wouldn't be where I am today. Secondly, I would like to thank Miss Murphy. Now, I know I've only had her as a teacher for freshman and senior year, but she has made a memorable and lasting impact on me. Miss Murphy is the most compassionate and understanding person I've ever met. She has given me so much guidance through these past few months. From a student perspective, during the COVID outbreak, online school can be challenging. Sitting at a computer screen all day can be draining, and I'm sure most of us would love to be back in the classroom. It is hard to learn new content from a computer, but I can't even fathom the difficulties that come with trying to teach through one. One day in IB Senior English, many of my classmates, including me, were feeling overwhelmed with the pressures of online school, college applications, and scholarships. Ms. Murphy was so understanding that she gave us the class period to work on these things. This truly relieved so much pressure off the students. Ms. Murphy is one of those amazing teachers that can truly care about their students. I also can't remember a time I haven't seen Ms. Murphy at a sporting event. When I'm on the volleyball court, I can always count on Ms. Murphy to cheer us on. She supports the students not only in the classroom, but also in outside activities. This has helped me understand what it truly means to be a Newport Cub. Ms. Murphy has taught me that you should always support me and hold compassion with you always. Lastly, I would like to thank my past 4-H leader, Tracy O'Hearn. Tracy led my previous 4-H club, Coastal Ranchers, for a number of years. Through this club, I learned so much about leadership and sportsmanship. Competing in 4-H is an amazing experience to have, whether you win or lose. There are times when you win and more times that you lose. Tracy taught me that you must lose with sportsmanship and be humble no matter the circumstance. As a competitive person, this was a struggle for me. Thank you, Tracy, for teaching me to stay humble and gracious during times of success and defeat. Tracy taught me how to effectively lead not only meetings, but also community events. She had a big emphasis on creating and supporting a strong community. Tracy helped me and many other community service events. This has taught me that helping and providing for your community is not only rewarding to the receivers of your service, but also yourself. Helping other people gives you the most satisfied and unexplainable feeling. I really have no words to describe the feelings when I help somebody. Thank you, Tracy, for teaching me how to help and support my community when it matters most. There are many more people I am thankful for throughout my journey in education, so if I did not mention you, I'm still very thankful for your help. Continuing on the topic of community, there have been multiple events this year where our community has been brought together to overcome difficulties. An instance on where this is important to me was during the Echo Mountain fires. In Lincoln County and Otis, many horses and livestock had to be evacuated with no place to go. My mom, Gwen, and I had the idea to set up the Lincoln County Fairgrounds and Commons as an evacuation center for livestock. Daisy O'Hearn and I drove right over and started setting up. I've never seen so much support from the community as I did that day. Many volunteers, including the Honor Society program, helped out, and within 3 hours, we were able to set up and take in 40 horses and other various animals. The community brought in so much supplies that we were overstocked. Before we knew it, the trailer started to drive in, and in total, we had 21 horses unloaded that day, as well as 8 rabbits and 20 chickens. For the next week, we staffed and ran the evacuation site, grabbing volunteers' lunches from the Red Cross and taking care of animals. As the fire slowed down, animals started to return home, but our efforts didn't end there. We drove up hay and grain to Otis for the returning animals and the animals that never made it out. Driving through the affected area made me feel extremely grateful that my family and home was in a safe place, and I felt sympathy for those greatly affected. This solidified the effort that we were putting in was not for nothing. This experience taught me that as a community, we need to take care of each other. I know that if I was in a situation of an Echo Mountain fire victim, that the community would help me, so in turn, I needed to help the community. As a student at high school, the value of community is very important, and I have been taught this through the many educators, coaches, and students at Newport. Without our amazing community, opportunities such as sports and events would not be possible, so every opportunity I have to help the community, I tried to do to the best of my ability. Being a Cub is more than just being a student at Newport High School. It is supporting and being active in the community. I would like to thank Rotary for giving me the opportunity to be October Student of the Month and for supporting Newport High School and the Newport community. Your support is appreciated among everyone at Newport, and you have set amazing standards to look up to. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Mackenzie. It is so nice to see kids. We're just missing kids so much here at Newport High. So thank you both for speaking. And I'd like to turn this over to Dr. Gray at this point. I just thought it would be great to have the opportunity to ask questions or hear about the school district and where we are. So thank you, Dr. Gray, for coming today. You're still muted, sorry.
Thank you, yes. I just wanted to say I really appreciate the opportunity to be here at Rotary, and would like to really give my thanks and appreciation to Cole and Mackenzie for their incredible work at Newport High School and for being such outstanding students. I loved hearing your story. And I could also go on a little bit about Samantha Murphy as well, because she has been an incredible support. And when I get my little emails from her, it makes my day. So thank you so much, Ms. Murphy. You are very appreciated by your superintendent. We have a lot going on, as you can imagine. I thought maybe what I might do is kind of update you with what's going on in the school district, kind of really briefly. This has been a time of tremendous change, almost on a weekly, if not daily basis. And I would have to say this is my 42nd year in education, my 17th as a superintendent, and this has been the hardest year of my career, beginning with last spring, where pretty much the school district was upended. So we are at a place where we are operating under several different models of education based on state metrics requirements. So the school district is under the guidance and direction of the governor of the state of Oregon, who is the superintendent of education, and her deputy superintendent, Colt Gill, who works for the Oregon Department of Ed. Even when the county metrics change and do things, we are really under the guidance of the Oregon Department of Ed and the governor first. So right now, we have mostly what's called comprehensive distance learning, which is 100% online learning. Our teachers are incredible. Our support staff are incredible, as are our administrators. I noticed that Tiana Tucker is also on this call, in addition to Raina. And everybody's working their butts off. I mean, they really are. They're working super hard. They're up to their elbows in trying to make it work for kids. Every single one of us are missing kids. We're missing kids right now. And the only group that we are able to have back right now, and that's under both the limited in-person instruction, which is very restrictive. It is not considered regular education, it's considered supplementary education, is our career technical programs at the high schools. And we also have under the K-3 exception, which is also a very tight requirement, is kindergarten and first grade. And so kindergarten and first grade have gone off incredibly well, very successfully. And that's because we have put so many safety measures into play. We are not in any hurry to haphazardly bring kids back to school. And I've said that from the beginning, and I have not changed since then. We know that there are whispers in the wind of the metrics set by the Oregon Department of Education, Governor's Office, and Oregon Health Authority that are going to change. And today at 4 o'clock in a superintendent's only meeting, we're going to be told what those changes are. So I put out a community letter either every week or every other week when things are really changing to the community. They're up on my website. We have thousands of people that receive that community letter. If you don't get that community letter, please go to our website. That's where they're posted. But anybody can email me personally. You can email Raina. You can email anybody that you know that works for the district, and we'll get it to you, put you on our list. I will be talking about what those changes are. My suspicion is that we're going to hear that they're going to loosen up the guidelines. The Department of Education wants all students back in school in a hybrid model, which I'll talk about in a minute, by February 8th. So that requires some thinking and planning and strategy. I don't know what the changes in the metrics will be until 4 o'clock today, if any. But I suspect that they will be to loosen up and allow more kids back in school. There are about 10 counties right now in the state of Oregon, including Lincoln County, with very low COVID numbers. And because of that, we are probably, if they loosen the metrics, probably going to be in line for having more kids back in school. In fact, I suspect maybe even K-12 hybrid kids allowed back in school. However, I just want to convey to you, and anybody who asks me, we cannot go fast. We have to go slow. And the reason why we have to go slow is because it has to be safe. And in order to do that, we have to put really, really clear caps on how many people can be in a classroom and how many people can be in a school. We have to account for what happens when people test positive, because they will. And what are we going to do about that? So for me, I want kids back in school as much as anyone wants kids back in school, maybe more, but it just has to be done in a very slow and strategic manner. We have kids to keep safe, we have teachers to keep safe, and we have a community to watch out for. We have a blueprint for reopening, which was required by the Department of Ed, listed on our website, and each school has nuances to that blueprint for reopening. And what that blueprint covers in about 25 pages and about 15 safety protocols is what happens if, and how are we going to have people in class. We know that each student has to have 35 square feet of space around them. We know that we cannot have all kids in a cafeteria. We're currently in stage 2 of season 1 athletics. Well, what does that mean? So stage 2 of season 1 athletics is we now can open up our weight room and our gyms, but you can't pass balls back and forth. We're not there yet. So sadly, what does that mean to kids? Well, they'd like to be playing volleyball right now, as Miss McKenzie was talking about. They'd like to be playing football. I'm a high school teacher. I live for football, and we're just not able to do that. And I don't know when that's going to happen because it can't be done safely. But we are able to have kids in a weight room. We are able to have them in a gym. And it just has to be under these controlled circumstances, because there isn't a single person on this call I can imagine that wants to have children test positive for COVID, or adults who are working with them. We also have a fully online K-12 program called Edmentum. Edmentum is kind of our version of an online school. Lincoln County School District needs an online school. It needs a K-12 fully online option. And by the 2021 school year, we will have that. We will be starting some kind of online school in the school district, and I'm not exactly sure what it's going to look like. I have started 2 of these before, very successfully. One in the Park Rose School District, one in the Coos Bay School District, and they are still functioning successfully. And the reason that they do is because they're hybrid. We bring kids in to see adults. They're not just online. They get to meet with an adult about like what's going on with my learning. And we know in the research that that is a highly successful model. We'll begin working on that in the first of the year. Right now, we currently have almost 4 different educational models working at the same time. And if you want to know how difficult that is, you can ask Raina, because Raina is the one that has to make it work. And it is not easy for teachers right now. It is not easy for teachers right now. They are working so hard at doing everything using technology for teaching and learning. And while teaching and learning with technology is not new, doing it 100% of the time and trying to engage our wonderful young people is incredibly difficult and different. We've provided the machines, the teachers, the training, the time to plan. I can't provide all the connectivity. I'm not an internet source. So we've worked really hard with our partners in the community all across this county, but it's still not working for all kids. And it is breaking my heart. So we need to get our kids back. They need to get back into the classroom. But again, I sound like a broken record because this is what I think about day and night. It has to be done safely. We're going to be outfitting 4 of our vans with an internet cradle that will drive into a community and provide Wi-Fi. We have worked with Verizon, AT&T, Pioneer, Sprint, T-Mobile, anybody and everybody that'll work with us to try to get connectivity into all of our homes. But we're even trying to blast communities with Wi-Fi so that kids can access their education. I want to just define what a hybrid program is, just so that you can know what it is when we go to it. It's where kids go to school 2 days a week in person all day, either Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday. Wednesdays, we're still keeping for teacher planning and preparation and professional development. That may change in the spring, I don't know. But for now, because teachers need extra time to plan. They need extra time to practice and to talk to one another. And on those 3 days a week where it's asynchronous teaching and not live, kids will be doing that at home online using Google Classroom, Seesaw, Kami, videos, any which way that we can get education to kids. Attendance counts and grades count, whereas in the spring they didn't. We didn't know what to do in the spring, frankly. Just trying to hold it together, frankly. It was really hard. We're still delivering meals to children at their homes. We've delivered almost 1 million meals. During the wildfires, we delivered meals to anybody who needed meals. We transported people anywhere they needed to go, and really tried to be a community player. So we're just really wanting to do the right thing. Starting Monday, 54 kids from the Otis area will be coming back to school in person. They'll be attending TAF 712. It will be a controlled environment, everything using COVID safe practice. And because those kids have not had access to a decent connection to internet, the state allowed us to write a waiver and have those 54 children back in our schools in person. They can come back all day. We'll feed them and bus them and educate them so that they can have an opportunity to connect with their education. And they'll be in that situation until they have a home set up for them that has the internet. That's a lot. Maybe it's too little. I don't know. I sure would like to save the rest of the time for any topic that you are wanting to discuss, anything. If I don't know the answer to your question, I will be super happy to write it down and do research and get back to you about it. Yeah, that's kind of what I know.
Oh, am I interrupting or? Oh, okay. Pac-12 has gone to rapid testing. They get results for their athletes within 20 minutes. Why can't we do that in Lincoln County, and why isn't that more pushed for the school districts of Oregon?
Well, this is what I know about that. The only thing that I have heard recently is that there are more tests coming from the federal government to our state in the next couple of weeks. Those tests don't go to us. We're not medical people. We don't give those tests. They go to the health department. They don't go to school districts. So the health department will receive this influx of tests. They have a specific name, and I'm not going to remember the name right this moment. I could go back to my notes. There is a flood of them. There are going to be many of them. We currently don't have, we have tests, but we don't have the amount of tests that we're looking for as a school district. State's going to get 80,000 tests. So those are fairly rapid results. They are not this 2, 3 days, 5 days business. They are not 20-minute tests. There is no conversation among superintendents in this state that we are going to get rapid fire testing. I agree with you. I wish I had it. I don't have it. I'm not going to get it. I wish I could.
Thank you.
Great question, though.
All right, any other questions?
Please. All the things you're thinking about, I'm super open to you. If there's even whatever it is on any topic, I'm here to answer your questions.
This is Amy and Karen. I'm glad to see that you're here today. We have 3 girls in the school district, and it has meant the world to them to be able to be on campus for a little bit of sports. to see their friends in person, even if they haven't been able to have a ball in their hands or at their feet. I can't tell you how jazzed they have come home being. I'm gonna try not to cry. I'm not a crier, but this has been the most difficult.
Cry a lot lately.
Situation as a parent that I've ever faced. In our conferences that we had with all of our teachers, staff and I cried together because people are trying so hard to make this work, and they realize the impact that it's having on our youth right now. So I can't wait for us to have some sort of hybrid school. We need it, our kids need it. They need to see their friends. They need to see their teachers. We have to figure it out and be safe. And whatever parents can do to help you out, I will be the first to sign up. So I just want to put that out there as a parent, how hard it has been on our end.
I think, Amy, you are expressing certainly a sentiment we hear on a daily, multiple daily, all the time, how difficult this has been on parents, on families, on working families. We stood up for childcares. As of Monday, our partners with the Newport Parks and Rec have been unbelievable. Mike Kavanaugh, Spencer Niebel, these partners cannot be congratulated enough for helping the Lincoln County School District stand up a small daycare for school-age children. Lincoln County Parks and Rec, Toledo Library, and the Oregon Coast Community College. We have about 60 kids in daycare because people are working and trying to make this work and earn a living. Our Hispanic and Guatemalan families are suffering because they can't make this work. It's just not working. But we're trying our best. I don't know if Colin McKenzie, if either one of you guys would like to weigh in on what your experience has been.
My personal experience with this is it's been really hard to fully learn, especially with IB classes, to fully learn our concepts and have the teachers get all the information to us in the time that they have. And it's just way different than being in person, and it's really challenging.
Thank you. How about you, Cole? How's it gone for you?
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Mackenzie on that one, especially with the math class. That's one of the classes where I really like having a teacher in front of me, helping me out with a problem. And with this online stuff, it makes it even more difficult than my other classes.
It's super difficult. Thank you guys for sharing that. You know, there are certain kids in this state that really benefit from an all online program. The statewide assessments of those programs have been pretty poor. The kids themselves generally have a hard time with it, but there's reasons to have those schools. The majority of our 5,500 kids don't choose that, but it's been chosen for them. We have struggling homeschool parents who didn't really choose to homeschool, but they're so afraid to bring their kids back to school that they don't even want them back in a hybrid. We have parents like that, and I respect that. That's how they feel. But either way, we recognize that this has been really hard on them. And frankly, the teachers are learning at a rapid rate. We have people that, this is a duck to water. They're very, very good at online learning. It really is like a duck to water for them. And for other folks, they're really being stretched. And stretching is good, but not under these circumstances because you're forced to do it. It's different than when we do it with a strategy than when you're forced to do it. What other questions do you have, please? You've got your superintendent on the line, so I'm right here in front of you. I appreciate all of you. Please feel free to ask.
I have a question. This is
Go ahead.
Dee from the Wallace Center. Hi, Karen.
You bet. Hi.
Hi, first I wanted to just share some appreciation for you and all that you've done and your staff. And our program is on site for day treatment, and we so appreciate the teachers working collaboratively with our mental health staff. So thank you for that. I'm hearing a lot of talk among parents about little cohorts of parents working together to do school at home. So where one mom will take Monday, another parent will take a Tuesday, and they're sharing it up. Do you know if there's any formal connector for that, or that's just all very informal?
What a great question, Dee. Thank you for that compliment too. We love our partners at Olala. You guys do great work for kids. It is incredibly informal. There is like nothing formal about those co-ops. They sprung up because necessity is the mother of invention. And parents just came together to bring groups of kids together to try to give them really solid daycare that's safe, and also make sure they access their education. I wish that I could point you in a direction, but it doesn't exist. It's just people coming together. People get very innovative and very creative out of necessity. Thank you.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
I think we
Dr.
might have,
Gray, this is,
there we go. Go ahead, Lola. Sorry.
okay.
Hi, Lola.
Dr. Gray, this is Lola at Samaritan House. And I have more of a comment than a question. I just wanted to tell you that the McKinney-Vento staff for the school district have been absolutely indispensable and helping to do a lot of the emotional labor that's involved in equipping parents who are perhaps intellectually not capable of supporting their student fully. And I just wanted to call out that staff because you know, we love and depend on the Help Center for so many things, but the way that they have supported parents alongside of children is really, it's a two-generation approach, and I love that your leadership has espoused that kind of culture in our district, and I just wanted to make that known to you.
Thank you so much, Lola. That's a kind comment. I want to call out then with that, from what Ms. Jones has said, Katie Townsend, who is the coordinator of that program under the direction of Assistant Superintendent Susan Van Loo. They're amazing. They just got a ProServe grant, which is ability for us to hire 6 people to work with kids on their mental, social, emotional health stemming from the fires and pandemic, so that we can actually go in and work with kids more on their social, emotional health. So we're working together. We can't do this alone. There's no way we can. We need everybody. Thanks, Sandy. I mean, we've got to have everybody working on this. And guys, I'm open to you. Just email me. I will email you back. I promise. I have a 24-hour rule. I will get back to you even if it's 4 in the morning.
Well, thanks for joining us today, Dr. Gray. That was some really great information, and we really applaud and appreciate your hard work and all of the staff's hard work too. And Mackenzie and Cole, really well done. You guys were awesome and well deserving for the Students of the Month. And I have some plaques here, which I'll get to you one way or another, I promise. And as appreciation for all of you speaking today, we're going to donate, actually, we're going to vaccinate 50 children against polio in your name. So thanks for your efforts, and hopefully we'll get you back to school soon and finish up your senior year in the normal way. So thanks again. Let's see, with that, we'll go on to our secretary, which I think today is Sonia.
Yes, that's right. So we have pretty good attendance. We had 33 Rotarians, and that's 49% of the Rotary Club in attendance. We also had 7 guests, so thank you for that, and thanks for all the guests for attending too. We have our 50-50 drawing. We had 15 entries. Well, everyone does $5 each, which makes it really easy. Thank you guys. And you do all get 6 chances when you do that. I think the wheel's gonna work today. We're gonna hope. So the total amount is actually, the prize is $37.50. And let's see, is that gonna work? Yeah, almost. Almost. Yeah, you can see it anyway. And the winner of the $37.50 is Keith Nelson.
All right, congratulations, Keith.
I should make that a donation towards one of these programs helping the youth. I guess I'll leave it up to somebody that's more astute of that than I am and pick one of those programs, and we'll have Mark send the check there.
All right, thanks, Keith. And that brings us to our social media award. John. John, do we have a social media award this week?
Let me unmute myself. There we go. I had a Zoom meeting with Mark Zuckerberg again this morning. He is continuing my ban of Facebook posting. My attorney and his attorney are talking, so hopefully by next week I can start posting again on Facebook. So because of that, I put everybody's name into the raffle, and this week's winner is Spencer Nabel.
All right, congratulations, Spencer. All right, so we've got another good meeting next week. It is Jacques Cousteau Would Be Jealous. The topic is an update on oceanography programs from Oregon State University, and Doug Brusa from OSU is going to be joining us for that, so that should be a good one. Let's see, Jeff Lichtman, would you like to take us out with the 5-way test?
Hey, Freddie?
Oh, yes.
We do have a member incentive.
Oh, sorry about jumping the gun there.
And when I spun the wheel, Jeff, it's your lucky day because you got the $5 member incentive today. Jeff Lichtman.
Thank you.
All right, well, it pays to be the greeter, I guess.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Okay. 4-way test. Is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it bring goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? And is it fun?
All right, nicely done, Jeff. Thank you. Well, great to see everybody. I hope everyone enjoys the sunshine, and we'll see y'all next week.